Okay, good evening, everyone. It's about 10 after, so we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Carolyn Ombron. I think everybody knows me here, but currently chair of our Mid-Missouri Group Executive Committee. And I just wanted to kick off this evening, first by thanking Jan Dye, our Executive Committee member, for organizing our event tonight. And then I also wanted to share with you some of our upcoming future activities. And we have September and October are always very busy, so I'll try and be quick with this list. I forgot to use the microphone. Okay, so hopefully I'm loud enough. Oh, which helps if I turn it on. Okay, so our future activities, and you can get more information about all of these at sierraclub.org/Missouri or spell out Mo or sc.org/Mo or Meetup or Facebook. We're regularly on all of those. So the first thing I want to make sure you know about is our Solarize Columbia campaign, where we've joined with other community partners and nonprofits to launch a group buying solar program in Columbia that offers discounts. The more that gets bought, the greater the discount. It's available to everyone in Boone County, residential, commercial, nonprofit. There's more information over here on the table. The exciting news is we've signed enough contracts that with one more contract, we'll enter tier 2 pricing, which means the price is going down a little bit. There's actually 8 tiers for us to progress through. So we're hoping to do that. So it takes a little while for people to decide once they get the proposal that they want to commit. So, but if you are interested in residential solar or you know anyone who is, the federal tax credit now expires the end of December of this year for residential installations. So we're encouraging everyone who is interested in residential to get with it and sign up for the program at solarizecolumbia.com. And then the commercial and nonprofit customers have a longer time period to be able to make a decision and get their system installation started. So that's great. But anybody who wants to even think about participating in this program needs to put their name on the list at the website, solarizecolumbia.com, by the end of October. So even though there'll be a long period of time after that to make decisions, in order to be considered part of the group buying program, you have to register by the end of October. And there's no commitment in putting your name on the list. If anybody has any questions about that after the meeting, you can let me know. I also wanted to share that we've recently uploaded several of our past meeting recordings, and we finally have got the hang of this, where we've got good recordings, to our YouTube channel, which is Mid-Missouri Sierra Club Group. We posted the one on dealing with eco-anxiety and also about making a portion of the Gons Creek Recreation Area a nature preserve. And so that's a really important one to watch because that's going to be an upcoming campaign that we have to execute with City Council. Coming up this Saturday, Dee Dawkins, who's here, and Leah Langdon are running invasive species removal on the Bear Creek Trail at our adopt-a spot, and that is at mile marker 1 to mile marker 1.25. And the work is not too hard right now because the heavy duty clearing of invasive species was last year, and this year is more keeping them out. Okay, so then I also wanted to mention that the chapter, the Sierra Club statewide chapter, is holding a good event on September 17th and 18th. They are doing restoration work at the Ozark National Scenic Riverways, and as a reward for doing that work, then there's a float trip the next day on the river. So if you're able to go to that, it sounds like a fun event. September 21st here in Columbia, we are sponsoring Walk for the Climate along with several other organizations. This is an event to draw attention to the need for more climate action. And the great thing is this year there's 2 national mobilizations happening at the same time. One is called Sunday and is very focused on renewable energy. And the other is called Draw the Line and is led by 350.org, and it's focused on, as it sounds, really drawing the line that, we have to do more. We have to, consider climate justice So it's really kind of all encompassing. So we are registered with those 2 national mobilizations, and we really want to try and make this a big event in Columbia because, as you guys know, there's not good things happening at the federal level or the state level as it relates to climate action. Thankfully, we're still getting some action at the city level. September 24th, the chapter, again, statewide organization, has a monthly webinar that if you want to find out what's going on across the state or just learn more about the Sierra Club, it's a good opportunity to zoom in to that. We are having our annual picnic, always fun. Put this on your calendar, Friday, October 3rd. And we promise the bathrooms will still be open at Stevens Lake Park this year. So we will be in the Gordon shelter. Last year, in case anybody wasn't there, we all had to kind of call it quits early because there wasn't a bathroom. So we wanted to stay and hang around the fire. We needed a bathroom. So October 3rd, which is a Friday, Stevens Lake Park, Gordon shelter, the club will be providing a meat dish and a vegan entree dish. And then you're invited to bring your own dish. We will have some utensils and plates, but you're also welcome to bring your own, and we'll also be providing water. And you're also welcome to bring BYOB, soft or hard of your choice. Then the next day is October 4th and 5th, Saturday and Sunday, Mid-Missouri Pride Fest is being held downtown. This is always a great event for us. We get a lot of awareness with people who've never heard of us before. We get a lot of people signing up to join our mailing list. And it's just a kind of fun event too. But it is 2 days. They're just doing the afternoon now, so that's nice. It'll start, I think, each day at noon, but we need volunteers to help work the table. And so there is a Sign Up Genius online for that. You can get the link for the Sign Up Genius out of the newsletter, which Carolyn Hunt so thankfully does for us every month. Or also the link is in the notice. I believe it's on the website. And that's all of that. So does anybody have any questions about any of that before I go on? Let me see if I need to add anything. No. Well, Jan, I must not have published the Zoom link enough because I don't have anybody to add yet, but I know I put it somewhere. But we will get a nice recording of the meeting. So for people who can't be here tonight, that will be the way we'll do that. So I wanted to now introduce our speaker. She is a member of our organization, and we're so happy to have her here tonight to share her experiences moving towards eliminating waste in her life. It's always good to hear from somebody who's been down the path and pick up ideas that maybe you haven't tried yet. Susan was born and raised in St. Louis region, so she's a Missouri girl. She came down to Columbia for the University of Missouri, graduating in 1981 with a BSBA in consumer marketing. And then she moved away, but then ended up coming back again where she met and married a native Colombian and got married in. They presently live on family land near Hallsville, Missouri. She's been active with the United Methodist Church, which is the one on Wilkes Boulevard, and for many decades. And she felt the calling to do something more beyond that. So she ended up going back to college at the age of 60 to a program, School of Theology in Denver. And then she now is working not to be a pastor, but to be an advocate for Mother Earth. And she's still working on taking online classes to pursue accreditation in earth advocacy. So she's been a long time practicing landfill and packaging reductionist since 2019. Her children live in Oregon and California, and she gets to regularly visit the Pacific Northwest, which is lovely to recharge. So with that, I want to turn it over to Susan. Thank you.
You guys should have clapped, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so welcome. Sally's one of, friend from college, actually. So anyway, so what happened is that I've been involved at Wilkes Boulevard United Methodist Church for like 31 years. And so I've gone through lots of transitions. You know, we are getting ready to close in 2026 after 117 years of just due to circumstances. We have the homeless ministry right now, and they're getting ready to build the Opportunity Campus. And so that will take away that ministry that actually subsidizes, basically. It pays our rent. It's how we keep our congregation. Anyway, so, but all that beside, I've been involved in the conference level for Missouri. I have, served pulpit supply. I've been within the lay leadership, it's just been a long road. And so, but I had a calling that there was something more. And I said, really? I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. I mean, how could you want anything else? And what else is there? So, opened my email the next day, and there was an invitation to attend a theology school in Denver. And it was a hybrid program, which meant it was online, but you had to be on campus, for a week or whatever. So I thought, well, that's a win-win. Anyway, so I went ahead and enrolled and was full-time for like one semester. And then I said, I can't do full-time because I work full-time, self-employed, which is great because that enabled me to have a lot of freedom to take classes and to go places, to do that. But anyway, so theology school, really the first semester in, I took a class called Food, Faith, and Land. And so it was basically, we went out to an organic farm and we harvested carrots. And so it was organic, which means that all you got to do is just shake off the dirt and you can eat it, or you can actually eat the dirt. So anyway, so that kind of, anyway, that's really what we did. But anyway, and so it kind of opened my eyes for something that I knew I didn't want to be a pastor, because at the age of 60, I just didn't want to do that. I had already served my time, in pulpit supply and doing things like that. But anyway, and so the more I got to it, it was like, wow. So every class for Earth Advocacy, it was like, wow, this is it. And that is the reason why I was called for something more. So what happened is that I became very aware of what we use for consumer goods. And so everything we buy has a package, sometimes not, unless you buy apples, bananas, it still comes with a package and a sticker in most cases. But anyway, so everything we buy comes with packaging, and a lot of times it's plastic. And so with my kids being out at the ocean, they both live, on the Pacific, I saw all of the waste and all of the plastic and all of the trash, that is within the ocean, and it is becoming an issue. And so it's been an issue for a long time, but right now it's getting a lot of publicity because it is just overwhelming. There are islands where all they have is trash, So the fisher, I was just watching something today, and the fishing people, when they pulled in their nets, they had to sort through all of the trash that was also in their nets just to get the fish, and then they stepped off the boat into trash on the beach. So anyway, so it is an issue. So I decided that my husband and I always tell people, feel sorry for Scott, because this was not his calling, okay, but he lives with me, that we would get rid of packaging, and we would get rid of plastic where we could. And I didn't know how to do that. I'd taken some classes and, I'd seen some things, but nobody that I knew lived that experience. And so we embarked on that. And Scott was not happy, but I could find things in his car underneath the seat that he would cheat, and anyway, so it's all good. But anyway, so it's very difficult to do. So today, what I'd like to do is just kind of introduce you just to hands-on. There's no PowerPoint, there's no nothing. But I have an assortment of my kitchen in here. So anyway, so first off, I drink milk. And so the milk always comes in plastic jugs. And that is one of the things that go into the landfill, because we all know, and if you don't know, plastic is not recycled, okay? I mean, there's only 4% of plastic that is recycled that you put in those bins. So they are not recycling the plastic. It is going into the landfill, and it never goes anywhere. It will always be in that landfill. So what I decided to do is we would buy, and Scott doesn't do milk, but I would buy milk in glass bottles. And so there are stores that have this. Aldi's does not. So if you shop at Aldi's, you're not going to get it there. But what you do is that they actually, this is a local dairy. It's Ozark Mountain Dairy. And so they supply grocers with bottled milk once a week. So helpful hint, check the expiration date, okay? So I'm just telling you, these are things I've learned, check the expiration date. But anyway, you can buy this, and so it is a little more expensive, but you're not putting something into the landfill that will never go away except for this lid. Jan.
I was just gonna ask about the lid.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Plastic?
Not that I haven't, yes, it's
Okay.
definitely plastic.
All right.
Do they have ultra pasteurized or where it's not
You know, I'm not sure.
lactose free?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And so that, you know, may come in a carton, which is still wax lined. I mean, I'm just saying, it's everything around us. But anyway, so yes, it still has. So I heard that once upon a time, there were little paper cups, you know, when the milk home delivery had those little paper things. So I'm not quite yet sure who to approach on that one. So I've got lots of things in my agenda to try to change the world.
Do they reuse them?
Yes, yes. So basically what happens, you pay a deposit.
Okay.
So you pay a deposit, you pay a little more for the milk. It only comes in half gallons, but you pay a deposit. And then when I'm done with this, I put it in my car and you go back and they give you your deposit back. So it is what's called a 360. There's going to be no waste except for the plastic top.
It's a cool jar.
Yeah, but you'll want to get this back, okay? 'Cause anyway, so that is one way that you can get rid of plastic jugs. So the other thing that there is snacks here that Carolyn brought.
Back to it.
Yes, but Carolyn Hunt. And so, but what she did is that she went to Clover's, which is a grocery store here in town. They have 2 locations. I feel like now I'm going to promote where I shop, okay? I'm just
That's
telling
fine,
you.
go for it.
It is okay. Just telling you. Yes, Clover's has
Yeah,
milk.
but people need to know where to get things.
Yes, okay, all right, here we go.
I've seen milk in glass bottles at Hy-Vee.
Yes, Hy-Vee has it, Gerb's has it, Clover's has it, and Schnucks has it, that is correct.
There's a dairy out just, west of town on Gillespie Bridge Road
Ah.
that sells a lot of, they sell milk and they sell a lot of, organic food.
Really? Okay, so, and
I find
they,
the name to tell you.
Okay, good,
so you
okay.
Get a nasty, but-
yeah, it's your turn to promote them, okay? Okay, so, and they bottle, so it's
I
glass?
think so.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure.
I'll get some more.
Okay,
information for
good,
you.
perfect. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is we are going to pass this around. And so all of this candy in here was bought and you bring in your own container. So I'm just telling you, you guys, look in your cabinets. You have everything you've ever wanted to be able to put things in, okay? There is never a lack. You can even use your plastic bags that you now, because you won't, get in the produce. So you know how they always have those produce bags, those plastic bags. And then what do you do with them when you're done with them? You throw them away, you know, or you stick them somewhere where now they've become a huge problem. Anyway, so my suggestion would be to reuse so really basically tonight, I just want to make you guys aware of everything that you're touching has an end life. And it is the end of its life, and you are responsible for where and when that happens, okay? So this is glass jar that Carolyn brought. She bought the candy. They have lots of bulk things. They have oatmeal, they have flour, they have sugar, they have all kind of things. Granola cereal. I mean, they have all kind of things, but you buy it by the weight.
Yeah, tea,
Yes.
herbs, flowers,
Yes.
nuts, granola.
Yes,
dried
cornstarch.
fruit.
Yeah, I mean, the weirdest things. They also have shampoo, you know, and they have, you know, lotion. They have all kind of things. Yes. But anyway, so we do want to pass this. Sally, you want to take this and take a handful and then pass it on? Sorry.
They get to take some.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. That's what it's for. Okay, so this is another thing. I've used this plastic bag. There is an end life. Okay, plastic bags do have an end life, okay? But I keep reusing them. So this is granola cereal that I bought as well at Clover's. This is another cottage cheese. I cannot find cottage cheese. I tried to make it. It was awful. I mean, seriously bad, okay? Anyway, and so I can't find cottage cheese without plastic containers or in a bag. And the ones in the bags that taste bad anyway. But anyway, so Panera, accidentally, I didn't order this, but they gave me this. And so it's got a plastic lid on it and it's cardboard. So me, everything I touch, I feel responsible for. So I took and washed it out, and Moser's has a salad bar. And that salad bar sometimes contains cottage. And so I just, you guys, I'm just telling you. If you don't like cottage cheese and you don't like milk and you don't like candy, so far this presentation has been bad for you, okay? But anyway, so I fill this and it's paid for by weight. So by weight. At Moser's, it's their salad bar. So they put it out, it's the one at the highway. It's not the one on Rangeley. Yep,
I was gonna say, and the new Mosier's out of Scott doesn't have a salad bar.
it doesn't. Okay, so there is a new Moser's. I forgot. Okay. Okay, coffee, Moser's also, and actually just about everybody except for Schnucks, I think, because they took it away at Eat Well or Lucky's or whatever it was. But anyway, so basically you just use this, you take and empty it, and then you bring it back. And you buy the beans, and they have grinders right there. And the flavors abound. So this one's decaf. Sorry, it's like I never use that.
So wait a minute, you take the.
Yes.
You buy the coffee in the bag.
Nope. So basically, they have a pull handle. Right, they have a
Well,
dispenser.
originally you have to get the bag somehow.
They have bags.
Yeah.
So you can take a bag, or you can just bring in your own plastic bag.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so basically, and then you pull the handle, you fill up that bag, and then you dump the beans in the grinder, and you choose your grind, and you put it back in the bag, and then it just keeps going. Yes, yes, and you get your choice of espresso, coffee, you know, whatever you want to use, you know, flavored coffee. Anyway, so that is how to get rid of coffee cans that have a plastic lid. Okay, so you guys, you have to be aware of everything, because when you shop, you know, that is what has happened to me. You know, it's almost like, you know, I mean, yeah, Scott was like, really? And it's like, I'm so sorry, you can't bring that home. I mean, I know, right? Because we are responsible for whatever we touch, it's end of life. And we know that plastic has no end of life. So whatever you have right now, you gotta keep it.
I think you should be buried with all your
Oh,
places.
yeah.
They don't want to go to landfill.
We're gonna be.
We are going to be. We are, thank you, Sally. We are all gonna be buried. You know, that's another thing we could talk about, is embalming as well, okay? So I mean,
Natural
seriously.
burial.
Huh?
Natural burial.
Yeah, natural burial, that's a thing.
Pushing up daisies
Yeah.
at Rocheport.
Ah,
Yeah,
really?
there's 4 acres of green, you can I just saw it last night.
Did not know this.
It's
Yeah,
a cute name.
and you can just be on, like, strapped on a plank of wood, or you could have little side things, or you could have the whole top thing dropped into the ground.
Interesting.
And you don't have to have a plaque, but you could, but it has to be level.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about that, but
It's inexpensive.
okay, and so, cremation, right?
No,
Just
your
whole
body.
body? Oh,
And you
interesting.
can't be cremated, you can't be shot
Involved.
up with chemicals,
Yes,
except for a certain situation.
right.
But in general, you can't be
Yes.
shot up.
And so that's in our directive, Scott and I. Scott, you only have a limited amount of time, okay? Because I do not want any chemicals in my body, and they do, they embalm you before they even cremate you. And what is the purpose? And then they put you in a jug.
And that goes in the air too.
Yes, oh, yes, the emissions, yes,
Oh, I didn't know
definitely.
that about cremation, that they whole embalming person.
Yeah, yes, they do. You know, and that is to preserve, I guess, the body, you know, for your family. But it's, you know, I told Scott, it's like, I mean, you got a limited amount of time, you know.
Yeah, this is an end-of-life product too.
Yeah, that is correct. It is all about end of life, okay?
Yeah. That's why the book called End of Life.
Okay, so meat eaters. Do we have meat eaters? Okay, all right. So Scott is a definite meat eater. I'm a meat eater as well. So meat is always clamshell. I mean, when you go into the grocery, it is encased in a lot of styrofoam too. I mean, it is just plastic all over the place. So it's like, okay, so how are we gonna deal with this? So I approached butchers at the counter because I couldn't buy it elsewhere, you know? And so I approached the butchers at the counter, and let me tell you, it was a real effort. And so Scott said, Susan, you preach every time until I wear them down, okay? So that's basically what happens. I wear them down. So all the meat is bought by weight, so they weigh it, and then even when you're at the butcher, then they put it in a plastic bag, you know, and stuff. So I tell them, so I'd like, you know, like a pound of hamburger, you know, and I'd like a steak, and I have my own container. Okay, so I'm just telling you, if you use Schnucks, if you use, Moser's doesn't have a butcher, they've got a deli counter, which they do, same thing, I'm just talking.
There's on Rangeline, does have a butcher.
Yeah, but they don't have a counter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's the issue, because I also asked them, so do you guys have to package that? When do you package that? Can I come before it's packaged? You know, but no, they didn't want to do that. But anyway, so basically, it becomes, you get to know your butcher. So we're talking old school. So Anthony, I mean, I know all of their names at this point. You know.
Which Snooks is Anthony?
Yes, yeah.
Which Snooks?
Lucky's, the old Lucky's. Yeah, so actually there's two Anthonys. The one Anthony, not that I know this, he just graduated with a teaching degree and got a job. So anyway, so it's like, okay, so he's still working part-time because he's the teacher. Okay, so, but anyway, so what I do is that I have them weigh it on the thing, you know, and they always have to take that little piece of plastic or the paper, whatever they weigh it on, and they lay it on the weight scale. They weigh it, and then that little sticker, which also is plastic, so unavoidable at this point. So then that sticker comes out, and then they usually stick it on that plastic bag that they just automatically stuff in. So you have to circumvent, you have to be totally aware of everything and anticipate everything. So, yeah, I mean, seriously, I feel like a dog sometimes, you know, it's like I'm watching that person in the kitchen, you know, anticipating that they're gonna drop something on the floor, okay? So that is how we have to be diligent and totally aware. So what happens is that I will ask them for a pound of burger. They'll weigh it out, and then before they give me that plastic, I tell them, and I don't want that plastic, if you could just drop it in here, that would be great. So a lot of times I do pork steaks, and I'll get like brats. So they're really concerned about cross-contamination. So if you have that, you're gonna have to bring 2 containers. But you can ask them, I don't need that plastic.
I don't like plastic?
No, that they weigh it on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they'll put a piece of thin plastic down on
Right.
a scale and.
And then they usually fold up your thing and give that to you,
Mhm.
you know, but I don't want,
You just say keep it.
well, I tell them actually,
They're wearing gloves.
they are wearing
They can
gloves.
just pick that up and drop it.
Yes,
Did they wrap it in butcher paper?
no. No, because
Do they
butcher
have-
paper has a wax
Yeah.
coating on it.
I wonder, I've asked certain people that didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah.
I said, you know, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But all the meat, you know, they're in that plastic styrofoam.
Yes,
And then they have that plastic wrap.
oh, yeah,
That plastic wrap has to have phthalates in it to make it that soft. That's going directly, tightly
Oh,
into
yeah.
the meat, and we're eating.
oh, yeah. Microplastics is a big thing, and our bodies are full, and they're even full from birth. Yeah, it's,
I think you can get meat at the farmer's market that's not got any plastic in it. I
you
believe.
think, okay, so as long as so packaging is
It
a
might
big
be
thing.
already packaged, but
Yeah.
it's probably in butcher paper.
It could be,
But a wax coating on butcher paper, that's a minor.
it is, but it's still packaging.
Yeah.
So my,
Whole Foods, actually, there was a big campaign, and all their little, looked like cardboard.
Yes.
Get your salad in.
yes,
Had that
Yes.
craft lighting. They had to change it because everybody was insistent to not have that plastic lining.
nice.
Yeah, this is years ago.
So there's other people, there's more, there's others.
There's a lot of other.
Good.
At the farmer's market, I've gotten from bison people and a lot of
Yeah.
different places, and they're usually come in frozen,
Yeah. the frozen
in
Yeah.
very tight plastic.
Yeah.
colored plastic.
Yeah. So the whole, you know, and I should preface this whole thing. My goal when I go shopping anywhere, even if I buy clothes, is to leave with nothing more than what I will consume and not have to throw away anything. So sometimes I can get away with that when I shop bulk, you know, because I'll bring on all my own containers, you know, and I will shop and I will make sure Anthony or whoever the butcher is will drop that in without anything, you know, and so so I just feel good when I can get out of there in a net zero. And it happens sometimes, it's really hard to do.
So would you be a person that goes to vintage shops rather than picking up something, you know, in the store?
Estate sales. So this,
Yeah.
so yes, I would do that.
You bet.
So for a long time, just because you mentioned that, people said that I decorated in DPS. And it was like, DPS, it's dead people stuff, okay? So that's basically, I mean, seriously, it's a reuse. So really,
That's what I
you
do.
want to reuse everything.
Yeah.
Reduce, like, whatever you buy. If you can't find it without plastic, do you really need it?
Right.
So basically, elimination. So it's reduce, reuse, and eliminate. So just, you know, we're all, you know, we have been conditioned. I have a degree in consumer marketing. I can sell, okay? I'm just telling you. But what I have become aware of is that we all buy so much, and we don't even think about it, and our trash is just full. You know, I mean, Scott and I used to put out a 13-gallon hefty flex bag, you know, on Wednesdays. Just the two of us, because of all the packaging. And so now, since this 2019, I mean, I'm just telling you, it's like we've been doing this and we've been, you know, honing it down. So right now, we still have like little plastic not Walmart, because I haven't been to Walmart in 20 years, but we still have those plastic bags that were stuffed in a crochet bag, you know, I mean, the ones, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we still have those from years ago. So we just kind of stick that in our trash can. You know, I have to use Clippies to hold it so that I can put things in. And we go, maybe fill up a third of that in 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, wow, great.
And so, and somebody goes, I can't believe you still pay trashmen. I do pay those trashmen because I want them there to be able to give that to them, you know? And so, you know, and I've heard about compostable trash bags, you know, but I don't know yet. I'm still not out of trash bags. shopping bags.
So, okay, as regards plastic.
Yes.
Specifically, if you bring your produce bags to, say, Groves or
Yes.
the other
Yeah.
grocery store.
Yeah.
That takes them to recycle.
They don't.
Those 2s and 4s.
Yeah.
You're saying that they don't get recycled. Now, why don't they get recycled?
There is so much. There are so many consumers that it is just too much to be able to do that. So I would be very surprised and shocked if they actually recycle those.
So
But my question to you, why would you throw that away? Just reuse it. You're gonna,
plastic
yep,
bag?
yep.
Oh, I do.
The produce bags.
reuse mine,
Yeah.
And I try, not to acquire new.
Right.
ones.
It does
That
have
being
lives.
said,
Okay.
if they say they take them for recycling, but they don't take them but they don't actually recycle them, is that a question of sometimes they do or sometimes they don't?
Yeah.
Sometimes a price for recyclable plastic is not good at the time, and, they can't store it better inventory. So those are difficulties.
Yes.
Nonetheless, in theory, these can be recycled. Pretty much. Number ones should be able to be recycled, like aluminum cans.
Right, yes.
I'm not just,
Yes.
I'm not trying to say, I'm just trying to get at the nuance.
Yes. Yeah, so the nuance is actually just don't buy plastic. Just reuse what you can, reduce what you're buying, and eliminate things that you can't find not in plastic. First off, it's not even the landfill thing anymore, it's the microplastics in our body. It is a health issue. And it's a health issue for all the living organisms that are in our soil and on our earth and in our oceans. They are eating the breakdown and it's killing them. I know, Scott's like, oh my God, Susan, do you have to be so depressing?
No, I like it, but I do wanna know why you brought that Instant Pot.
Okay. Okay, good. Hey, and how long do I have? Are we done? Are we
No,
almost-
no, we're not done.
Okay, so we'll get back to this. I'm so sorry. This is,
I'm curious
go
about
grocery
that
shopping with
particular.
me, okay? And we didn't talk about
You know
that.
what I mentioned to you, the whole solution is plastic
Yes.
recycling, is you gotta have a source that buys it and manufactures something out of it.
That is
That
correct.
is a permanent thing.
That is correct.
Now, when I lived in Lake St. Louis
Yeah.
for 35 years,
Yeah.
I used to go to a place on the river off of where the little prison is down there.
Right. Gumbo, gumbo
And
flats, yep.
there's an outfit there that makes plastic lumber.
Yeah.
2x4s, 2x6s,
Right.
2x10s,
Yes.
12s. And let me tell you something, I use that to line my brick patio, and that will be there for
Forever.
100 years.
Yeah, more.
And
My deck is a composite.
Ah,
I mean, you
Yeah.
can
And
get
so
that stuff
why
in
don't,
clothes.
why doesn't Columbia create a business with this?
They used to have a business in Fulton,
You know,
who did that. They made the plastic into beads. I wouldn't want to work in that place
Right.
en masse. But that's the aim, and
Yeah.
I spoke to him.
Yeah.
He was more than happy to talk. He talked a lot.
Yeah.
This
Well,
was
the
his
problem with manufacturing plastic
he tried-
items
no.
is then
He
you
had
have
to
more
close.
plastic
They
items.
couldn't get
That's
to buy it.
no, they're not, they're using old plastic.
I
not
get
new
it.
plastic.
It's not really.
And not every plastic can be remelted. So there's
Yeah.
polyethylene, polypropylene, I mean, there's all kind of different polys.
Yeah, I don't know
And
if
some of
lumbers-
them can't be
They
melted.
had a mountain of stuff.
Yeah.
that they used.
Yeah.
They had a lot.
So you know those beads that you were talking about? They're called nurdles. What a cute name, right? Deadly, okay? It's like, I mean, nurdles, yeah.
Let's not swallow.
That is correct, but they also have industrial spills where all those nurdles go, like in oceans, in the ground, in birds, and stuff like that. So nurdles, are those beads and they come in many different sizes for many different industrial applications. So, yeah. So I am also a part of Beyond Plastics, which is a environmental group that, I'm in class, and that's what that thing, Carolyn, I'm just, I try to learn what I can to help and educate others so that you guys can now walk out of here and go, oh my God, that's depressing. But let me just tell you, so you can buy lunch meats, okay, cheeses, okay, just take whatever you've got in, it's Tupperware glass, they will sell it to you by weight, they will weigh it before they put it in your container, and just tell them. So Hy-Vee, the deli, once upon a time, I told him, and I've got my own container, he goes, I can't use your container. It's like, I'm not gonna give you my container, you could just put it in there, and he's like, no. So, I do not support Hy-Vee's deli, because they were so rude, and so insistent that they needed to put that in a plastic bag.
Yeah, they did do it before the pandemic, at least the one on Broadway, but now with the pandemic, they stopped and I haven't asked them since then.
Yeah,
so.
good, okay, well, you work on them and let me know. Anyway, so, okay, so glass is a good thing. Most glass is being recycled to, chip down and reuse.
We don't recycle in this town anymore.
Oh.
Because until we get our
Right.
recycling center rebuilt.
Right.
Well, hopefully they'll bring back some of those purple bins, because those,
We can drive it to Kansas City.
or Jefferson City has the purple bins too.
In several locations.
So glass, just, or cider, Clover's has a refill, and so does Clean Refill down south of town off of Buttonwood. So Clean Refill sells personal and household care items. So you can buy deodorant, you can buy lotion, you can buy lots of
Toothpaste.
things personally,
Yeah.
right?
But you do have to bring your own container.
Well, so this right here, vitamin C cream that Leah, who owns Clean Refill, so she just weighs it, does the tear, fills it. This is deodorant, and I found this because I've been using a paper, push-up. It's like a push-up pop, okay? It's really not convenient, but it was the only thing I knew of at the time. But this is lavender, lemongrass, and tea tree deodorant
And it
cream.
works. I use it.
Works wonder, and it smells wonderful.
Mhm.
Where is
Anyway.
the location of this one?
So it is on Buttonwood.
Just off of Nightfall.
Yeah, just off Night Fun. So it's turned before you get to that Hy-Vee,
I was there.
and it's right next to Tiger Tots or Tiger Tumbling or whatever that barber shop.
Mary Mays.
Yeah, Mary Maids is in that same thing.
I was just there today.
Yeah, but anyway, so I saw this deodorant and I didn't bring a container for this, which I could have gone out to my trunk because my trunk is full of containers. But I didn't, so Leah goes, hey, I got something. So she does have containers there that she just gives you if you refill, or you can buy things, but there's no reason to because people turn in containers.
Yeah, I'd bring her stuff when I see a little jar or something. I'm like, oh, that'll be perfect for
Yes.
their clean refills.
Yes, perfect. So this
You
is,
can also donate containers.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's.
Yeah, that's what I
definitely
do.
a
I
good
don't, I take my own and then I donate a few. She
Yeah.
says, don't bring me, like boxes full, because
Right.
since the recycling stopped, people are bringing her too much.
And she wants them to be clean.
Yes.
Yeah, no pickle jars, she said.
No.
Right. We do not want our dishwashing detergent to smell like pickles.
She says you
Right.
just can't get the pickle smell.
Right.
So,
So this is bar shampoo. It has a package. So it comes with a package, which when you're done with it, you're gonna have to put it in your trash. So these are the things, it's better than buying shampoo in a plastic bottle. Because they don't do glass bottles anymore, just because of the danger, I guess. But another thing that you can buy at Clover's and at Clean Refill is you can bring in your shampoo bottle and you can pump new shampoo in that bottle. So you just reuse, reuse, reuse. And it's plastic, and I'm sure microplastics are going through your scalp, okay? I'm, never thought about that, but. Okay, so this is another thing. Do you guys have these at your house that you,
what is it, liquid soap?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's liquid.
I
It's-
gave that up a long time
Yeah,
ago.
it's foaming soap. Okay, so the family, Scott's family loves to gift soap. I mean, every Christmas for, I don't even know how many Christmases, we always get these. It's like, you guys, you need to stop, okay? But anyway, so I've had these, and so, but the Clean Refill, they have foaming soap. So I brought this in last time, and it smells wonderful. So you just refill. It's the refillery. So toilet paper.
Do them back for Christmas present.
Really, you're right. I should say, yeah, here we go, okay? Yeah, but I know what they would do with it. Okay, they would not be conscious about what that's gonna happen. So toilet paper. So toilet paper, I am a toilet paper snob. This isn't perfect, okay? I prefer Charmin Ultra Strong, okay? Which comes in a really big bag when you get it at Sam's, okay? Which I take that really big bag and then I donate clothes to, I just keep it in my closet, and it stuffs, it's not perfect, okay? I know, I feel guilty.
Sometimes you just gotta do something.
I know, really, I know what's happening here. So anyway, so I found this. You can buy it at Sam's or you can buy it online. It comes in a big paper carton, and it comes wrapped in paper. It's not optimum, but it's adequate.
Is it made from trees?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I used to buy.
I'm gonna say Charmin isn't one of the best because it's made from trees.
During the pandemic, I bought toilet paper because it was so hard to find toilet paper.
Yeah.
But I bought it online from this company called Who Gives a Crap.
There you go. That's the
Toilet
one.
paper is made out of bamboo
It's-
and they're wrapped in paper.
Yeah,
Like that.
okay,
And they
good.
come in
Actually,
a cardboard
yes,
box.
yes.
Actually, they're gift wrapped in paper.
Yes,
Different packaging that you can reuse the gift.
yes. So,
Paper for other
Yeah,
stuff.
the paper is pretty.
funny, okay, so, which brings it back, because me, here, this is a new thing for me, because I'm with Charmin. I've been a Charmin user forever, and I'm not happy, but because I'm doing this now. So this is the paper that I unwrapped, okay? So anyway, and so it's like, again, I touch it, now what do I have to do with it? I'm gonna reuse everything I can. So I have a brand new kitten, Bob. It's Osama Bob Laden. He is a terrorist, okay? But anyway, I have a new kitten, and he loves chasing things. And so I use these, I roll it up, and it's real lightweight, and he just bats it around, just the best. So now I'm saving this up, and I'm gonna, yes, it works so great, and it's real light. So the cats can, they can like do it all over the floor. But now I'm saving up a whole bunch of them, and I'm gonna dump them someday in the floor, and he's just not even gonna know what to do with it, because there's gonna be so many little balls. Okay, so buy things in glass if you can. They can be reused. You can take this and get it refilled with vinegar. Buy things in peanut butter. So once you have a peanut butter jar, Clover's has, you just grind the peanuts and you're all over it again. So you just keep filling it up, and they'll put the tear weight on there if you bring it in. Okay, so that's that.
So this really limits where you shop. You
Yeah,
know,
I know,
just being with Anthony for your meat and.
Well, I've got Anthony, and then and I'm trying to think, Schnucks has butchers that will do that same thing.
You go to a farmer's market?
I do not. My husband goes there for vegetables. A lot of their vegetables are packaged already in plastic bags.
What?
No.
Yeah,
No.
like green beans and stuff. You don't think
Well,
they have?
Oh, I see.
Not
Yeah.
always, no. Timothy's, when they come out.
Okay.
in a big pile,
Yeah, oh, definitely.
You put them in the bag. yourself.
Right, definitely.
Yeah,
Yes,
They
you
don't,
can, yeah,
most of it is not packed.
okay,
yeah, there's a lot of choice there, where
Okay,
you like,
good.
especially some Asian places, and you get unusual greens. and
Good.
you got-
Perfect. yes, perfect.
So butchers will do chicken and.
Yep, Everything, just don't cross-contaminate.
Well.
I got in trouble. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just bring
Like,
enough
will they cut up the
containers.
chicken, or do you get a whole chicken?
Just get whatever they got they make it really look nice because it's all behind the window glass. So you get to choose, what you want. So they have, Schnucks in particular has bratwursts, like cheddar brats and stuff. So that fits really good in a container. Oatmeal, I just keep using this, I just bring it in, you know, or I just bring one of my bags and put it in there and weigh it and get it
A lot
going.
of raisin cans are
Raisins.
sort of like that.
Yes, and raisins they have, and so you just keep reusing. So everything you have right now, you own. And you gotta be aware of what you're doing with it. So trash. So when you throw trash away, the one good thing about this is it's measurable. So once you start doing it, you know what you've been putting out, you know, to the curb or going down to the dumpster or whatever. So once you start eliminating, it is measurable and it's a win. So it's almost like a game. I mean, you know, whatever it takes to be thrilled about saving the earth, make it a game. Whatever you can do, you know, make it enjoyable, you know, and set that goal to just do better every time you shop. You know, and then you will be aware of when you mess up, okay? And then you just do better the next time, but you own that package.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
saying.
that's the takeaway, right?
Yeah.
You reduce as much as you can.
Yes.
In your household.
Yes, yes, in your household, right. And then, you know, and people notice, you know, it's like, I mean, people notice, you know, people try to give me straws at restaurants and it's like, you know, I'll have water. It's always in plastic cup, you know, no straw. You know, I mean, seriously, you have to anticipate every single action that's coming. And I know it's weird, you know, or, you know, we just went to Texas Roadhouse last night. And so every time I go there, you know, they always give you those little plastic things with, if you order a salad, they give you one of those little plastic cups and you know where that's going after it's done. It's going right in their trash. Of course, you don't get to see it, but you know what's happening to it. So I have taken to asking the waiter if he could just, can you just put that dressing on? I don't care how much you give me, just put dressing on it because I don't do plastic. And he's like, well, yeah, I can do that. So, I mean, that is one little thing, a little win, you know, that I have eliminated one more little plastic.
What do you do when you go to a coffee shop and they want to give you a?
Yeah, you don't. So basically.
Do not take Brady,
okay? Do not take that.
In 2001, I went to my first Earth Day.
Yeah,
In Concord, California, and Julia Butterfly Hill
yeah,
was there, and she made a big deal about talking about taking her mug to the coffee shop,
definitely,
Yeah.
and they honored it.
always,
Okay.
always. And actually, so always. So I
So
keep
how,
this.
do you need to bring something that corresponds to how their
No.
drink sizes?
They
or
will look
how's
down
that?
at the bottom. They always look down. I even go tropical liqueurs. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Yes.
So I know gas. Sorry. Thank you, Sally. Okay,
For that.
we go back a while, okay? But anyway, so, you know, and the ounces are down here.
Okay.
So my newest thing
They know.
is that soda, you know, so I don't drink soda every day, but sometimes I need a soda if I'm driving to St. Louis or something like that. I have brought in my container. I have gone to the soda fountain, filled it up with ice, put Dr. Pepper or whatever I'm drinking, and I come back out to pay for it, and they said, no, okay.
What now?
I'm just saying,
They let her have it for free.
Yeah.
She's using her own.
because I bring in my own container.
I've had places do that too.
Yes.
Why?
You know, and so sometimes I feel guilty.
Because
It's like,
apparently
leave
the
a dollar on
container
the
costs
thing.
more
It's
than the
like-
soda.
Yeah.
I
Find
see.
out who that soda is.
So the key, Jan, is to keep this in your car and keep a coffee mug in your car.
Okay.
If you, the best container for coffee, bar none, you can get from the Arbor Day Foundation. They have it's a Stanley thermos.
Oh, nice.
And if you fill that up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
That coffee is hot as
Oh,
glue.
I know.
I'm telling you.
I know.
I understand.
I got one.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so just know that, especially if you guys are in Columbia, I mean, I've been doing this for a while. So you can, you know, feel comfortable. You can say, well, you know, I know somebody that's been doing this and then, and whatever. But they will take your coffee cup. Starbucks advertises that.
Mhm.
So Panera Bread, you just take that coffee cup in there and you just fill it up and you say, I've got this, and everybody knows it's your coffee cup. And a lot of times I think the cost is mostly in the packaging.
It is.
Could you go to Panera and say you're gonna have a pastry, so, and just quickly pull out your China plate? and then-
Actually, Panera, I frequent Panera. And so I tell them, I'll have that pastry right there, and can you just hand it to me?
Okay, hand it.
She's got everybody trained.
I got too much Panera with me.
And they'll put it in one of those little pieces of wax.
Yeah, no. I don't need any packaging. So it is just something you will anticipate what they're gonna do.
And Panera has real plates too.
They do have real
Yeah,
plates.
Panera has real plates.
Right, they do.
And you can
have real
also,
plates.
some places you can, if you forget your cup, you can say, do you have stay here cups?
Yes,
And some
Yes.
places, if you ask for a stay here cup, they'll give you a.
Sometimes I will
ceramic.
ask if they have China
yes,
cups.
yes.
Sometimes they do, but the drive-through.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
don't,
work.
I can't do drive-throughs.
You have to go in to do
Yeah,
that.
So another thing, another little helpful hint, is that plastic utensils, are ubiquitous, especially if you eat out anywhere. And even some restaurants, sit-down restaurants, will still serve you plastic utensils. Okay, so that is microplastic all the way. I mean, you are just like ingesting that, you're putting it in your mouth.
Utensils around with
Yes.
you too.
So I keep silverware in my glove box.
Okay.
It works.
Not a gun,
No.
silverware.
Yeah, I carry it in my
I
purse.
have
I carry silverware in my purse.
Yes, silverware in your glove box, silverware in your car. I carry to-go containers like this. See, I reuse everything. It's not that I love this plastic, but I own this. So now I have to pay attention to it. So basically, so I keep this, and whenever I eat out, I take this in with me,
Yeah.
just in case there's a leftover.
Yeah.
Or in
So-
case there's that pastry that I want, okay?
So how decayed does a piece of plasticware like that have to get before, and what do you do with that?
I don't know, I
You haven't gotten there yet?
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
Then you hand it to the local artist. I used to make metal sculpture out of junk,
Yeah,
so you could have somebody be a plastic artist.
right. Yeah, there's plenty of plastic to go around too, so. Anyway, so those silverware in your car, when you order a drink, so that's the issue, because when you order a drink anywhere, like McDonald's or anything, they are going to give you a plastic cup typically. If not, it will have a plastic lid to it. So there are certain fast food restaurants, I can't, even though I would love to have a Frosty, I'm just telling you, would love that. I can't. I just can't, I know.
If you don't wanna take your silverware with you in the car, you could go to a backpack shop, camping shop and buy silverware,
Yes.
in a little package.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have to worry if you lost it, it wouldn't screw up your set at home.
Right.
And it's not expensive.
We have so much silverware at home. I mean,
Yes, we have plenty of silverware.
Natural grocers used to
Yes.
sell the titanium, sport really, is a spoon fork.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think they have that at piecemeal
Yes.
as well.
Yeah,
And so it's one utensil.
right.
Having your glove.
And the thing with natural grocers is that I do that, but I do that for their fruits and vegetables. Because they're organic, number
Yeah.
one, and you can singly buy them.
Yes.
So the one irritant I have is broccoli comes with that twist tie around it.
Oh,
Oh God, how many twist ties can you have in your drawer? Okay, but anyway, so that's that.
that would be a reason to go to the farmer's market.
It would be, or grow my own, okay? So, yeah,
If
I
they're-
know, right?
If they're long twist ties, and they're
Yes.
metal,
Yes,
you can strip the paper off.
yes.
And then you can recycle it.
There's
Okay,
always so
that's a
many
good idea.
uses for those
I
too.
know, how many can you have, okay? So another thing, don't use paper towels, just get yourself some cloth napkins, and paper towels, you really don't need them. You can get the unpaper towel that you can get stained and you just wash it. Because paper towels are another thing, even though it seems like, they're not that bad,
Made from trees.
it's still, trees. Did I mention my kids live in Oregon, where the forestry, where the land is leased all the time?
Good, order some of that, who gives a crap paper,
Yeah, I know.
send it to them. bamboo is a grass.
I know,
You
I've
just
heard
cut the
about that.
grass, it grows again, right?
Yes, I have a friend that said, Susan, Susan, look what I got, and it was the bamboo toilet paper.
I took some of that with me when I went to the convention at Arbor Day
Yeah.
Foundation. And this woman who runs the business development, she says, see, I told you guys to get this paper. They want, and they're trying to get everybody to use
Is
it.
they all right? Okay.
Arbor Day Foundation,
Yes.
they're about trees, they don't really
Yes.
come down there.
Yes.
You do just get a cardboard
Give
box.
us so much.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look. Okay, so soda, if you don't want to go to the thing, buy it in cans. So you can drink a soda, get your can crusher in your garage, crush it, toss it. So a game, remember how I told you? A game, make it a game. So the dog I had one of those cone of shames. And so we still had a sunflower seed bag, the real tall one. So I put that cone of shame around the sunflower seed bag. So it's a crush, toss, okay? So it becomes a game, and then I can take and recycle, go to Hindrance or whatever, where they pay you for aluminum.
Yeah.
How much do you get for a
I don't know.
birdseed bag of aluminum?
Well, I don't know, oh, God, yeah, okay. Once upon a time, it was like a whole bag for like $2, okay? It was like,
Yeah, it's not a lot, but it does get
Yeah,
reused,
At
it really
least it's
does.
getting reused.
yeah,
Yes.
Aluminum is the most reused thing, so.
okay. Candy, if you're not gonna buy it by bulk, like Carolyn did today. So they have these little things, they're $1.24 at the grocery stores, and I know, okay, I like candy, okay, not always. So anyway, but, like at Menards, they have this, but you have to shake them, because some of them have bags inside of them. So hot tamales, junior mints, good 20s, I mean, all of those are just, so you still have a package, but minimize. Okay, and just buy things that have paper. This is at Natural Grocers. That's one of their brands of chocolate bars.
Frozen food that has the Ziploc,
Yeah,
things like vegetables or,
yeah,
I was using that for my garbage, to put in my garbage and then zipping it up.
that's a good idea.
But, and then I have to throw it
I
away.
know.
And the whole thing of, what am I doing, putting garbage in there, creating more methane, you know?
I know, right?
That's the biggest problem about stuff you send to the landfill.
Yeah,
What I think, I don't know if you do this, but I have a goal where I don't throw any food away, ever. Nothing.
compost.
No,
Yeah.
I eat it.
Okay,
And
okay,
I don't buy any more than I can eat,
right,
okay?
right.
And so our refrigerator is never more than half full.
Good.
Never.
Good, that's a
Okay.
perfect
And
thing.
if your refrigerator is more than half full, you're throwing stuff in the
what do you
landfill.
do
with your peels?
Well, peels, we do not eat the peels usually.
Really?
A lot of times you don't even have peels, though. And a lot of vegetables, you don't have to peel.
Carrots, you can eat the
do.
whole thing, including the top.
I'm just
And
saying.
carrots, I could throw out in my yard and the rabbits would eat them, you know?
Yeah,
But you don't have to peel it.
right.
But that's the biggest goal. If people want to do something, don't buy too much food. You'll
Yeah.
save money and you're not gonna make methane,
Reduce,
you know?
eliminate what you're not gonna eat.
Aaron Key said you don't put stuff down your disposal.
Oh, my God.
And the plumbers tell her that too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to, incinerators were only supposed to be for teeny weeny pieces of
Yes.
food to go down there. So, okay, so if you're not going to, are you composting at your house? And there are composting courses here for the city, it'd be free. But then you have to figure out, do you have a type of property where you can have a composter? And if not, are you gonna buy one of those in-house things?
Wouldn't that be
Do you
great?
have
They're like $600.
sensitivities, molds and stuff?
Yeah.
There's a question.
You can use a 5-gallon bucket on your patio, on your,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
sister has an apartment and she uses her patio.
Yeah,
She composts on her patio.
yeah,
What, 5 gallon?
A 5-gallon bucket, couple.
Because
5-gallon buckets.
you probably own that already, a 5-gallon.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Or something
Okay.
that size.
Just YouTube how to do that.
It would be on YouTube, there would be
Okay,
YouTube.
great, thank you.
Okay, so I make my own yogurt. So because yogurt was one of those things like cottage cheese, okay? I tried to make cottage cheese. It was no good, okay? I even got a book that said 1 hour cheese, okay? But anyway, so I use one of those bottles of milk. You put it in here, it has a yogurt function. You do it and you hit boil. It takes like 10 minutes to boil. You put it in ice water or you let it sit down to 110 degrees. Then as soon as that does that, you have a starter, a little table. I just use a half of that because my husband doesn't do milk and he doesn't do yogurt. But anyway, and so basically and then you just whisk it, you put it back in here, you press yogurt, 8 hours. And
So the
so,
starter part is yogurt, already
Yes,
yogurt?
yes,
It
yes,
has to have,
some kind of whatever, yeah,
what is it?
Lactobacillus.
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
yeah.
And
So
the
basically,
balance.
you need to have yogurt.
Mhm.
So if you
Started.
contemplate doing this and you've already bought some
I use
yogurt,
yogurt all the
freeze
time.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
I wanna do that.
freeze it. So
I have made
freeze.
it in my
You
Instant
can
Pot
freeze
too.
yogurt?
Yes, so I freeze
Yeah.
all of my starter. I put it in so every time I make a batch, I take a tablespoon and I put it on a plate, I freeze it, and then I keep it in a plastic bag, okay? Because I own it,
So it
okay?
still works as a starter after you freeze it?
Yes, oh yes, because what happens, so seriously, I've been doing this since 2020, because my daughter said, yeah, boy, we're tired of hearing mom complain about not getting yogurt. So she sent me this for Mother's Day, it's an Instapot, and it has a yogurt function. And so basically, I make yogurt, and I was just, who's making yogurt? Who talked to me?
I made it.
Okay, somebody talked to me today and said, who was that? It was just tonight. Anyway, one of those, if you just use that, that's a half gallon, I use half of that. If you have one of those big yogurt, already plastic with a lid on it,
Yeah.
save that, because that will fill that. 1 quart, that is correct. And it fills it. Now, what people don't realize is that Greek yogurt is really sour cream. I know. But anyway, and so if you make that, you can use that as sour cream, the yogurt, Greek yogurt. And if you want it flavored, you just can use a preserve or, honey, whatever you want to flavor it as, and then just make it, singly. So don't flavor the whole thing because then it contaminates, then you no longer got sour cream. But that was the biggest thing for me, is that now I can have yogurt, So, happy mom. So it worked.
So you mentioned, sometimes your husband's receptive and sometimes he's not. But
Well, he's pretty receptive now.
yeah, I just kind of wanted to see how you kind of went about that transition.
Oh,
because
God. Okay, oh, God.
I'd like right now, I'm trying to get my husband to switch from toothpaste tubes to the little toothpaste tablets.
Oh, yeah.
and He just gave them all back to me.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said, "Oh." He's like, I have to buy a certain amount from, United Healthcare every month. And so, I'm going to get toothpaste. I was like,
So this was not by choice. I mean, this came upon me because I attended theology school and it was by choice. I didn't just think, oh God, that would be great. That would be so much fun to eliminate. That was not.
So he
part of the
supports
plan.
it partially, at least, as it's your calling.
Yes, it is definitely my calling.
Yeah.
So it is something that is internal. It is everything I know right now. I anticipate and I'm very aware that where that end of life for that product is going to be. Just hyper aware, which is really, I don't think it's a disorder. I've taken mental disorder classes before, and I've never seen one
My
like
husband
this.
feels like it
okay?
is.
But anyway.
Every time I tell someone I don't want a straw, he's like,
Oh, yeah. So seriously, and then what happens when you say no straw and they lay it on the table? You have to immediately give that back.
Yeah, I do.
Because if you do not immediately give it back to them, it's going in the
They're
trash.
gonna throw it right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So again, it's like even when people, even when you order a drink, if you order a margarita or whatever, okay,
It comes with a
it
straw.
comes with a straw. So you have to anticipate that.
Yeah.
And so you tell them, I'll have a margarita, I don't need a straw.
You could bring your own straw.
Oh, I know, wouldn't that be grand?
Just put it in there with the utensils.
Yeah, I have those in my purse too.
Just slide it in there.
But it's kind of hard because the bartender sometimes puts the straw in.
They always do.
I'm envisioning a play being written called A Day in the Life of Susan.
Oh, God.
Sing it on Broadway.
It would be
No, I
awful,
think
okay? It was
No,
like,
I really think it would push this whole feature.
yeah, yeah,
I don't see why not. I think it would be hot.
thank you.
Does anyone else have questions?
Sally.
I do.
Go ahead. No, you first.
Well, as you know, I love all your ideas. But I am also sitting here thinking, how do we get my
I
husband
know.
in on this?
I know.
I mean,
So,
what?
how did you get Scott?
Get a spouse to a partner.
Okay,
It was
so
overtime.
It was overtime,
And you
so
just kept working on it.
I did. Okay, guilt works great,
Yes.
okay? So I know, Carolyn knows Scott too. It's like, I mean, seriously, but he is hard-headed. I mean, he is hard-headed. But really, honestly, he understands the urgency.
How
So
strong do you feel
you
about it?
make your case by giving facts of what's happening to this earth right now. And one person at a time, and you just make that case. And then if he, already, right, when he fails, I mean, serious guilt, okay? So, I mean, that's what really, I know that sounds bad. But I mean, honestly, Scott did cheat because I would find potato chips, because that's another thing we can't do is potato chips because they come in bags. So, unless you make your own, which is fine, I mean, we could do that. But he would cheat and I would find chip bags or half-eaten bags that he would not bring in the house.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that. And he can dispose of it elsewhere. So, but now, he's on board. I mean, he knows when we take out trash, he's like, oh, this is really cool. We don't have to take out trash this week. I mean, so it's, you make it fun. Somehow. I don't know about toothpaste tabs though. Those are awful, okay?
Well, he didn't even try one, so he
Okay.
doesn't know.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
at,
So did you have a question?
Have to clean.
clean refill.
Okay.
I was gonna say, does your husband drink beer?
Not an alcoholic beer, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't gonna work then. What I do is, I like beer, okay?
Mhm.
I buy Boulevard beer from
Mhm.
Kansas City. They have different kinds, okay?
And you get a whole keg?
No, I get glass bottles.
How
Oh,
much
that's
do you
a
like
smart
beer?
idea.
But
Yes.
St. Charles County has a big craft brew club. So I rinse the
Yeah.
bottles out,
Yeah.
put them back in the case.
Ooh.
Oh,
Twice a
wonderful.
year, I deliver 300 or 400 bottles to that club.
Ah.
All right, and I use the cereal boxes,
Yeah.
cracker
Yes.
boxes, all that, to put between the bottles, they
Yes.
don't rattle, and
Yes.
they don't smell, they're
Yes.
clean. And that's something, if you can find something like that, that's reusing it, you know?
Yes.
Sure.
So I don't have hardly any aluminum cans.
Yeah, good. Good.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that you can do. In paper, they do recycle paper
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
Right.
I've never heard them stop doing that.
yeah. And
So
people are
any
compost.
mail or, cereal boxes or any of that
Right.
stuff, they recycle all of that.
Except for the inks. So that's
Well,
another
it's all
thing
got
that you
ink
get to
on it.
learn about is all the inks.
Well,
that,
newspapers got it.
Right.
They
have
recycle them
got
too.
inks, that is correct.
They make insulation out of it usually.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you can recycle all your paper,
Yeah,
for
thank
sure,
you.
What you got?
For years, I've kept it to myself, but I've always felt it. Anytime I go into like a Michael's or a Dollar Tree
Yes.
store.
Yeah.
And it's the holidays.
Yes.
And we buy all this plastic for
Yep.
children. And or Walmart, all this plastic for children. They're just playing with plastic. They're teething on plastic, and artificial flowers, costumes for Halloween. The whole, all the holidays have these big inflatables. How big is your inflatable? How many do you have? It makes me
It's
sick.
all plastic.
What
I
do you,
know.
what do you do about that?
Yeah,
Don't buy.
yeah. I mean, you don't buy it, but also it's your job, now that you are aware of that, to tell others. I mean, seriously,
Like the
word
store
of mouth.
manager? I
Huh?
mean, who do
Well, you could,
tell?
or just,
You just roll all of us.
Yeah.
you could just sidle up to whoever.
Well, and
Putting that in
for
their
like
car.
what she's saying, I have my whole family's trained now that, you know, that the bows at Christmas time,
Yeah, right,
that they will be saved.
yes, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the wrapping paper.
The wrapping paper, the
Yeah,
bows, the
everything.
boxes, the gift bags,
Reuse
it's all saved.
everything.
Now, I'm fortunate I have room to store things.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people will say to me, I don't have any room to keep it, you take it. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so clothing, we haven't talked about clothing. You know, most clothing right now is polyester, and polyester is plastic.
Oh.
So that's the whole thing. So that's where I'm at right now, is that, you know, I have jeans are really hard to find in 100% cotton. So I have done a living of 97.3. Okay, I mean, I'm just telling you, you have to establish, you know, your threshold, which is still, and so now I just wear what I've got, okay, the most I can. But like this shirt is 100% cotton,
Yay.
you know, and it will break down. You can compost your clothes if they are 100% cotton.
Yeah.
I haven't had to yet, but you can.
And don't wash if you do have plastic clothes, don't wash them all the time.
Yeah.
Once a season.
Right, because it goes into the waste, the water
Into the
system,
water.
the watershed.
And don't use hot water. Use cold. water.
Yeah, supposedly there's new filters you can put in your washing
Right.
machine, but I haven't tried that yet.
Right, me neither. Need to.
It doesn't catch the microplastics.
Right, that is correct.
Most of the microplastics are coming from clothing.
Yeah, oh
Most
yeah,
of it.
a lot of it.
And
Because I'm an advisor at the Water Institute.
Yeah.
St. Louis U,
Yeah.
and they do testing all the time on water bodies and
Right.
utilities, and most of it is coming from clothing. It's mostly
From the
fiber.
washing machines?
Jack, is that true for for other countries as well as this country?
Oh, I don't know about it.
a few,
No,
a few years ago,
I don't
the
know.
hottest thing in the high fashion
Yeah.
modeling,
Right.
in like London and in Milan.
Yeah.
Was the whole thing of using natural fibers, period,
Good.
and trying to get rid of artificial
Yes, yeah.
fibers.
But once you've got that, I mean, I'm just telling you, I have a ton of clothes that are polyester, you know, and now that I have it, I will wear them, you know, so, okay, Yes.
Going back to the soda can,
yes,
my impression was that those were lined with some kind of resin. or
That I don't
plastic or
know.
something.
Sure.
thanks.
What happens to that during the recycling process?
We need a can of.
I don't know.
It's burned off.
What's
Plastic
burned off?
lining on soup cans and things.
Yes, right, that is right. So it gets burned off during the recycling process.
Wow.
Hot.
Wow.
Melted.
It's still less environmental impact than new mining for new metals.
Tuna fish cans have that.
Yes, and tuna, most fish is completely encased with
They used to
microplastic. They
line
breathe
cans
that in.
with tin, because that, the steel can.
But we need to
Okay.
wrap up and, you know, if Susan wants, we can stay and chat a little bit more, but,
Are we gonna have did we have a giveaway?
oh, well, we didn't like take names and stuff, so.
Well, it's not too late.
Well, you can run it if you'd like.
I just want to say that
Yes.
the Naughty Goat is a yarn shop, heading towards exit 131.
Paper I can rip up or-
Except
Yeah,
it's
I
on
guess
the
so.
Frontage road near Mosher.
Right.
You have big mamas.
Yes.
Go there for natural
Yeah.
fibers, beautiful fibers.
So you just want like to clear it up with, put
Sure,
people's names on
yeah.
it? Okay, there's
And what do we
one
got?
here.
They-
There's
they-
11
my
people
folks
here.
used to have wool.
Yeah.
They hardly have anything.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you very much for joining us, and we appreciate this, and it will be posted online for replay. Thank you. Oh, wait, people have been asking questions. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. Oh,
It's a habitat for humanity, it's a co-op for art supplies and, yarn.
sorry, I didn't see that you were, people that you were putting into the chat. I'll share this with the audience.
I don't know if you can hear me.